We talk a lot about negotiations and being able to read people, read the inflection in their voice and their body behavior, their unconscious tells. We talk about being able to use body positioning in order to get a point across. Everything is simple, from the way you move your hands to who and what you look at, whether you're sitting, standing, pacing, how fast you speak, how slow you speak. But all this goes out the window when we're talking about negotiating a real estate deal. If you think about it, when we're in a real estate negotiation, buyers and sellers think they're negotiating with each other. But what's really happening? In all reality, a buyer employs the services of a buyer's agent to act as their agent, their broker, is their source for negotiations to get them the best deal, get them through the process. The listing agent does the same thing for a seller. They're hired to work and represent the seller. Well, it's the buyer's agent and the listing agent that are doing the talking back and forth. It's not really the buyer and seller. So what do we run into? Well, we run in a lot with a buyer maybe putting together an offer with their agent, and that agent emailing it to the listing agent and sending the listing agent a text that says, offer in your email, confirm receipt. That's not negotiations. That's just sending paperwork. You're acting like a mailman, and you're sending somebody a notification that something was sent. And what do sellers do? They receive the offer. Does the listing agent inquire about how the buyer and the buyer's agent were trying to put together this offer they've made? What parts of the offer are important to them? Or is there anything in it that they just thought they were supposed to ask for? Is the buyer's agent doing that before they write the offer for the buyer? Are they calling and speaking with the listing agent to find out what is most important to the seller? Because guys, it's not always just who's the highest price. In fact, it almost never is. That's why there's all these terms and timelines and things that really, really make the deal work for both parties that we don't spend enough time getting into. So how do we effectively negotiate if all we're doing is sending emails and texts? I mean, buyer's agents and listing agents nowadays are hardly even speaking on the phone. First off, when you interview an agent, whether it's representing you as a buyer or representing you as a listing agent to sell your home, you really need to ask these questions and dive deep into how much of a quiver of arrows does your agent you're thinking about hiring have? What is their skill set? Because an agent, let's say a buyer's agent, is going to put together your offer. Well, why do it blindly? Shouldn't that buyer's agent be contacting and having a conversation with the listing agent? I mean, something as simple of, I've got clients, they want to put together an offer, and I have some questions for you before we begin. First off, is the home still available? Okay, great. When are you presenting offers? Why is this important? Well, really simple. How often are buyer's agents writing offers on homes, submitting them, only to find out that the seller signed off and accepted another offer a day ago or that morning, and the listing agent simply didn't update the MLS? A simple phone call will keep everybody from wasting time, but also you get answers. Okay, I'm presenting offers on Monday. Okay, perfect. Now we know when offers are being presented. And we're using the term offers, and we're going to infer, is there more than one? So we can ask this question. We say, hey, when are you presenting offers? And the listing agent says, I'm going to present them Monday. Okay, he said them means plural. So we can infer and we can deduce that they may have more than one. So we can ask that question. Okay, sounds good. So you're presenting offers on Monday. Yes. Sounds like you have more than one. Yeah, I do. Great. Now you have more information to put together the buyer's offer, correct? So now we can ask the question to the listing agent. Fantastic. Tell me, what is really important to your seller in this transaction? Now, some of you are rolling your eyes and going, oh, he's just going to say price. That's fine. So let's say they come back price. Mr. Listing Agent, question, what is really important to the sellers in this transaction? Listing agent comes back. Oh, obviously the price. Now we agree. Oh, no, absolutely. I'm sure that goes without saying. Other things that the buyer should be aware of: timelines, how long the seller needs to move. Do they need a rent back? Is there a chandelier? Anything that they want to take? Is the solar leased? Is it owned? Is there no solar? Does it have a instant hot water heater, or is it, a tank water heater? We can get information. They will start to talk to you as the buyer's agent and start telling you, well, we've got the sellers, they're closing escrow on a house in another state. They've already got their loan set up, so they don't have to sell this one to make the purchase, but they really need to be able to get the mover set up so they can get across state lines and aren't left homeless. Okay, well, now we know that timelines are important. So we can ask the question, fine, Mr. Listing Agent, what sort of timeline and seller to remain in possession would be important to your seller? So these are simple things, and now we can sit with our buyers and we can go, look, this is the information I know. There's more than one offer. I do not know the prices. He didn't give me any indication that one is just amazing. Sometimes agents will say, we're already over list price. Just want to let you know, buddy. In this case, he just says that, a couple have come in. They're going to present on Monday. We need to put this together today. We'll get it over. I will call the agent, let him know it's in his email. Me and your lender are going to be available to answer any questions they have. And I'm going to help speak to the agent before he presents offers to make sure he can walk through how to present our offer in the best light to his clients. And that's going to be followed up by the way that I submit the offer to the listing agent. I write out, here's who you are, here's who I am, here is who the lender is, here's how to contact everybody, here's what we're doing. I want to write everything out on one single page so that the listing agent doesn't have to do much work, or literally any work, of even looking at the offer. They have a cheat sheet in their email that gives them who all the parties are, how to get a hold of them, license numbers, phone numbers, email addresses, who's who. Really simple breakdown of what the offer is, what the price is, how much the down payment is, what type of loan and for how much, how many days we need for inspections, for appraisal, anything we're asking for, concessions, if the seller's going to remain in possession, everything. So simple that it's bullet pointed, so he can take that single page and sit down in front of his sellers and say, guys, we've got 3 offers. I have these. I think I made some notes. And he's already not liking these other offers as much because he had to do the work. And maybe those agents didn't call him. And maybe those buyers' lenders didn't call and touch base and say, hey, I'm the buyer's lender. I'm here. Reach out. Let me know if you have questions. I'm also available when you're presenting offers. If you or your sellers have any questions, they want to ask me, the money guy, directly. So now I have this one, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Let me just read through this one. I've actually already talked to the agent. He's amazing. He's just wonderful. Great communication. I've already heard from their lender. Here's what they're doing. They seem like a nice set of buyers. I feel really good about this one. They understand it's important for you to have the extra time to be able to move across the state. I really think this is a good one. He is negotiating on your behalf to his own clients. This is what you have to remember in negotiations in real estate. Forget the buyer and seller negotiating with each other. Us agents need to get on paper what the buyer wants, help them make the right choices based on all the information we can get out of the other party up front so we can put that offer together correctly, get it to the other agent, the listing agent in this case, do as much of the work for the listing agent as possible so we're shown in a good light, which means that the offer just magically looks better, and make him or her excited about presenting it to their sellers. Because I'm going to tell you, I hear it all the time walking around the halls of any of the offices. It goes like this. Oh, hi, Mary, Jim. Yeah, it's Jeff. Yeah, so we got a couple of offers. I'm going to do some looking and whatnot. When do you want to get together to review them? Okay, well, the sellers are excited. And what are they going to do? They're going to ask the question. Okay, well, how much? And he's going to, one for $550 and one for $545. Oh, okay. Well, they're automatically going to identify each offer simply by the offer price, not the terms, and not how solid the buyers are or the agent on the other side. However, If you've done what I've told you to do with the listing agent, when he calls his sellers, goes, Bob, Mary, all right, we got some offers. I got one you're going to be excited about. I've already talked to the agent. I've already talked to their lender. They took into account all the things that were important to you, that they'll definitely let you take the chandelier. They'll give you the extra time to move and even remain in possession after the close. And you know what? Their timelines look great. And I've got two others too, just in case. Let's go ahead and schedule a time to sit down and I'll go over them with you. Do you think you did a better job negotiating on behalf of your clients, your buyers, if you did it the way I told you versus everybody else who just says, see attached offer, and maybe sends the listing agent a text saying, check your email, offer sent? Well, of course. Always remember who you're negotiating with and how and what tools you have to negotiate. Sometimes the negotiation is more about finding out facts up front and making the other person's job easier.